A love story in the City of Angels. The sprawling metropolis of Los Angeles, with its glittering lights and endless horizons, set the stage for a romance that would captivate the hearts of many. The lights of Los Angeles twinkled beneath the balcony where Daniel held Isabella close. The city seemed to pause, as if in reverence to their love, a love that was as vast and vibrant as the city itself. Their love story was the envy of the city. They walked hand in hand through the bustling streets, their connection palpable to anyone who saw them. In parks and cafes, their laughter echoed, a melody that spoke of deep affection and shared dreams. He, a charismatic novelist with a shadowed past, Daniel's words had the power to move mountains, but his eyes often betrayed a history of pain and loss. He found solace in his writing, pouring his soul into every page. She, a captivating detective with a thirst for justice. Isabella's determination was unmatched, her keen mind always a step ahead. She navigated the city's underbelly with grace and grit, driven by a desire to make the world a better place. Their worlds, a collision of passion and intrigue, had intertwined over a shared case. What began as a professional partnership soon blossomed into something more profound. They found in each other a kindred spirit, someone who understood the complexities of their lives. A bond forged in the face of darkness, their love was a beacon against the city's underbelly. Together, they faced dangers and uncertainties, their love growing stronger with each challenge. The night streets of Los Angeles, often filled with shadows, seemed brighter when they were together, but even the brightest light can cast long, dark shadows. Their love, though powerful, was not immune to the trials of life. The very city that celebrated their union also harbored secrets that threatened to tear them apart. Beneath the surface of their idyllic romance, a current of unease stirred. Moments of doubt and fear crept in, casting a pall over their happiness. They often found themselves staring out over the city, lost in thought, wondering what the future held. Daniel harbored a secret, a truth so profound it threatened to shatter their world. He wrestled with his conscience, the weight of his hidden past bearing down on him. The letter in his hand was a reminder of the life he had tried to leave behind, and Isabella, though oblivious to his hidden torment, grappled with her own demons. Her work brought her face to face with the darkest aspects of humanity, and she often wondered if she could protect the ones she loved from the shadows that loomed large. Whispers of doubt. In the stillness of the night, shadows whispered secrets that seemed to echo through the darkened streets. The air was thick with tension, as if the very atmosphere was holding its breath, waiting for the inevitable storm to break. The case that brought them together now threatened to tear them apart. What once was a partnership built on trust and mutual respect had now become a battleground of accusations and mistrust. Every word exchanged was a potential landmine, every glance a silent challenge. The victim, a renowned art dealer, found lifeless in his gallery, surrounded by priceless masterpieces. The scene was a macabre juxtaposition of beauty and death, the vibrant colors of the paintings starkly contrasting with the cold, lifeless body on the floor. The gallery, once a place of inspiration and creativity, had become a grim tableau of tragedy. The prime suspect, a ruthless collector known for his insatiable greed and volatile temper. His reputation preceded him, a man who would stop at nothing to acquire what he desired. His presence in the gallery was like a dark cloud, casting a shadow over the investigation. Daniel, strangely drawn to the case, found himself increasingly entangled in its intricate web. Each clue he uncovered seemed to pull him deeper into a labyrinth of deceit and danger. His mind raced with possibilities, each more troubling than the last. His fascination, however, masked a deeper anxiety, a fear that his own past might be connected to the murder. Memories he had long buried began to resurface, haunting him with their implications. The lines between his professional duty and personal demons blurred, leaving him in a state of constant unease. Isabella, sensing his unease, found her professional detachment wavering. She had always prided herself on her ability to remain objective, but Daniel's behavior was causing her to question everything. Her instincts told her something was amiss, but her heart struggled to accept the possibility. His evasive answers, the late-night phone calls, and a lingering scent of lilies, the victim's favorite, all fueled the embers of suspicion in her heart. Each unanswered question, each unexplained action added to the growing chasm between them. The scent of lilies, once a symbol of beauty, now became a haunting reminder of the unresolved mystery. Their once passionate exchanges now crackled with unspoken tension, their love a fragile bridge over a chasm of doubt. The foundation of their relationship, once solid and unshakable, now seemed precarious and uncertain. Every moment together was a test, every conversation a potential breaking point. The whispers of doubt had become a deafening roar, threatening to drown out everything they had built together. The unveiling. The annual Artists and Collectors Gala arrived, a glittering affair masking the city's undercurrents of deceit. Daniel and Isabella attended, their forced smiles a facade for the growing rift between them. He, wrestling with his conscience, contemplated confessing his secret. She, determined to unravel the truth, found herself drawn to the prime suspect, their conversations laced with veiled threats and promises. As the night wore on, the tension in the air grew thick, mirroring the storm brewing in their hearts. A piercing scream shattered the opulent facade. The prime suspect lay sprawled on the marble floor, a single crimson stain blooming on his chest. All eyes turned towards Isabella, her hand hovering near her concealed weapon. Red-handed. Chaos erupted. The guests, a tableau of shock and horror, watched as Isabella, her face a mask of disbelief, stood frozen. The weight of the situation crashed over her, the scene unfolding before her like a nightmare. Daniel, witnessing the scene, felt his blood run cold. His worst fears were realized. His secret, his past, was now on a collision course with Isabella's present. As sirens wailed in the distance, their eyes met across the crowded room. In that shared gaze, a silent exchange passed between them. Accusation, fear, and a love hanging precariously by a thread. The investigation was swift, the evidence seemingly irrefutable. The detectives worked tirelessly, piecing together fragments of a puzzle that painted a damning picture. Every clue, every piece of evidence seemed to point in one direction, leaving little room for doubt. Isabella, suspended from duty, became the subject of intense scrutiny. Her colleagues, once her allies, now looked at her with suspicion. The weight of their gazes was almost unbearable, each one a silent accusation. Her world, once defined by order and justice, was now shrouded in doubt and suspicion. The city she had sworn to protect now felt like a labyrinth of shadows, each corner hiding a new fear. The nights were the hardest, filled with endless questions and no answers. Daniel, torn between his love for Isabella and the fear of his secret being exposed, found himself at a crossroads. His mind was a battlefield, each thought a soldier in a war he wasn't sure he could win. The photo of Isabella he kept close was a constant reminder of the stakes. He could either maintain his silence, preserving his secret but potentially condemning the woman he loved, or he could come forward, risking everything to clear her name. The choice was a double-edged sword, each side promising pain and loss. Or he could come forward, risking everything to clear her name. The decision weighed heavily on him, each step towards the police station feeling like a march towards his own execution. The phone call he contemplated making could change everything, for better or worse. Days turned into sleepless nights as he grappled with his conscience. The darkness of the night offered no solace, only amplifying his fears. Each dawn brought a new wave of anxiety, the light of day exposing the cracks in his resolve. The weight of his secret pressed down on him, threatening to suffocate him. The city streets, once a place of comfort, now felt like a maze of regret. Every face he passed seemed to know his burden, their eyes reflecting his inner turmoil. The city, once a symbol of their love, now loomed as a constant reminder of his betrayal. The places they had once shared joy now echoed with the silence of his guilt. The weight of truth was a heavy burden, one that neither could escape. Driven to desperation, Daniel made a choice. He wouldn't let Isabella become a casualty of his past. He reached out to a figure from the shadows, a notorious fixer with a reputation for making problems disappear. The price was steep, a dangerous bargain that could cost him everything. But for Isabella, he was willing to risk it all. Meanwhile, Isabella, refusing to believe the accusations, launched her own investigation. Determined to clear her name and uncover the truth, she delved deeper into the case, uncovering a trail of secrets and lies that pointed towards a conspiracy far more intricate than she could have imagined. As Isabella followed the trail of deceit, her investigation led her to a hidden connection between the art dealer, the collector, and, to her horror, Daniel. The pieces of the puzzle fell into place, revealing a shocking truth that shattered her perception of the man she loved. Daniel, true to his word, had managed to manipulate the evidence, shifting the blame away from Isabella. But his victory felt hollow, his heart heavy with the burden of his deception. He had saved her, but at what cost? Their love, once a beacon of light, was now tainted with betrayal and deceit. The truth, like shards of glass, cut deep, leaving both wounded and lost. Isabella, reeling from the revelation, found solace in her work, burying herself in solving cases, each one a distraction from the pain in her heart. Daniel, haunted by his actions, retreated further into himself, his writing becoming his only outlet, each word a lament for the love he had jeopardized. The city, once a testament to their love story, now stood as a silent witness to their broken promises. The once vibrant colors now seemed muted, the bustling streets a blur of indifference. Time, the great healer, slowly mended their wounds, leaving behind scars that served as a constant reminder of their shared past. Isabella, her faith in justice restored, rose through the ranks of the police department, her dedication unwavering. Daniel, his guilt and regret poured into his writing, found a new purpose in using his words to expose the darkness that lurked beneath the city's glittering facade. Though their paths diverged, the memory of their love lingered, a bittersweet echo in the chambers of their hearts. They had loved and lost, betrayed and forgiven, and in the ashes of their shattered romance they had each found their own redemption.